Hey everyone, welcome back. We are going to we're going to start with a few side missions here. Side missions that of course should be main missions because they advance the story, but what do I know about gameplay concessions? I mean, we had to rerun a tutorial mission that was just made without letting us use our fancy new equipment. Surely they could have cut that mission out and made these actual missions. But I'm just ranting. So the AI pod here is based on a personality of the boss from Metal Gear Solid 3. That is the boss, not Big Boss, who we're currently playing as. The boss was the mentor of Snake in Metal Gear Solid 3, who would pretend to, it's this whole thing. Just play Metal Gear Solid 3. It's a fairly good game. And we got a bunch of pictures here all over the AI pod. It has pictures from Peace Walker.
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic.
We'll get up and get some better looks at the pictures here while the AI imparts its philosophy upon us.
The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras.
Oh my god, look at the head on that baby. Jesus Christ.
It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family.
My god, why does that baby even have glasses on?
The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that. Just as I once created the Cobras.
Alright, that's enough out of you. Let's activate BeQuiet.exe and I guess roll this thing on out of here. Well, that's one way of doing it, I guess. Thankfully, it doesn't actually set the base to alert, which really surprised me.
AI pod launch confirmed. We'll pick it up. I wonder what kind of secrets are buried in it. I'll let you know if we learn something. Got a report from the intel team. Remember how the man on fire was crushed by Sahelanthropus? Well, the Soviets recovered his body. Could he really be dead? Boss, head for Yaha Obu's supply outpost and secure the man on fire's body. If Skullface was right, and a thirst for revenge can turn a man into a demon and keep the dead alive, and this man on fire who's been coming after us ever since you woke up, well, that just might be what's left of our old friend Volgin.
Oh, that's now we know who the man on fire is. It's Volgin from Metal Gear Solid 3. He's we may know him better as a sadist, or was that masochist? He was the one who liked to hurt people for sexual pleasure, and he had like electricity powers, which of course means that he is now a guy that's on fire, as opposed to a man who has more electricity. I guess it would be too obvious if they made him an electric man to have a fireman. Since it's again just a side mission, and I'm just clearing out the outpost, we'll just skip that part and just go straight to finding the body. The body isn't like in a room or somewhere hidden like I originally thought, so I was running up and down this base. Nope, he's right here on the helipad, just laying there. Nothing, well, I'm sure if you interrogate a guard, they tell you about it, but I just went on and extracted all of them.
You can disrupt communications between enemy
And
outposts by
sadly, we
destroying
don't get
comms
some
equipment.
sort of like
That'll
unique
prevent
message
one
by
post from
using
sending
a Q on
reinforcements to
him.
another.
Hey Volgan, Volgan, you alive? You sleeping, man? Wake up. I'm 10. Deal with it.
I barely recognize you, Colonel. Skullface used your thirst for revenge against Big Boss, did he?
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
So I guess the lesson learned is do not teabag a man who can catch on fire. Anyways, the quarantine zone. I'm pretty sure if we came around when the epidemic was going through on Mother Base, there would be more going on. But for now, it seems just to be used as a zone to hold Skulls members that we have extracted. They all seem to be out of it, don't really react at all to anything. And unfortunately, you can't shoot them, which is weird, because their cells don't do that thing that Quiet Cell does, where shots kind of evaporate when you shoot at them. And just showing off here, the quarantine platform is indeed a platform that is on Mother Base. We just never ever visit it. I actually don't know if it is possible to visit it when the vocal parasite thing is going on. So let's check out those new missions that we've got. Oh boy, we got one new mission and two repeat missions with just some extra fluff thrown on it. We got, of course, Extreme, where everything is more difficult, and Total Stealth, which means that once an enemy detects us, we are going to get a game over, on top of the usual no chicken hat and no reflex mode thing.
Pod you retrieved from Emmerich's research facility. Guess what we found inside? A corpse. Human. The pod maintained a low internal temperature the whole time, and very little outside air got in. That would have slowed down decomposition. Still, the remains were mostly skeletal. Estimated time of death is between 6 months and a year ago. We put the screws to Huey about it. Listen to the tape. Turns out it was the body of someone we knew very well.
Huh, well, let's go ahead and take a listen to that tape since it's very important. Feel free to enjoy the quiet cheesecake that you'll see as she's in the background on the left side.
Fine. Yes, Strangelove was doing AI research in that lab. Why hide that until now? Okay, so what? I wasn't working alone. You've got to understand. You do understand, right? I didn't want to drag her into this. It's my load to bear, alone.
So you didn't create the AI intended to drive Sahelanthropus. It was Strangelove.
Skullface was never in favor of AI control. So naturally they argued. Strangelove, she got him angry and he killed her.
How? You didn't see it? So you found her inside that pod after the fact. And you just left her body to rot in there. Or perhaps you put her in there afterward.
I asked him not to take her away from me.
So she was killed by Skullface, but you asked nicely, and he put her body in the AI pod for you?
That's right.
Pathetic. You know, we have another idea. That you killed her.
Me? I couldn't kill her.
You killed her and locked her body in the pod.
I wouldn't. Don't treat me like one of you. I can't just kill anyone whenever I feel like it. I'm a normal human being.
Oh, I see. So you just shut her inside and waited for her to die.
I would never do that.
What, you mean she killed herself?
Yes. She climbed inside that pod and shut the door. It can't be opened from the outside. It was suicide. Suicide, I said. She killed herself. She got in when I wasn't looking and suffocated. She'd often try to do things like that. By the time I realized and opened the door, she wasn't breathing. I got scared and shut the pod again. I couldn't bring myself to open it back up. That's right. Me? Kill her? What is wrong with you?
I see. Just tell me one more thing.
Haven't you gotten enough today?
Okay, I see it's a painful memory. You don't have to answer, just listen to the question. You see, we examined her remains. She had a scar on her lower abdomen, a surgical scar. It had been stitched up and had fully healed, meaning it was long before her death. She had a child, didn't she? Your child. Where's the kid?
How should I know?
So there is a child.
I've never seen his face.
What do you take us for?
They took it all. Even my child. I didn't even know he'd been born. I lost everything.
How old would he be?
It's 4 years since then.
And you know it's a boy.
Strangelove said so.
And his name?
We called him Hal, even though I never saw his face.
Well, that was interesting. What do you think about it, Quiet? Yeah, same. So, we're just gonna go on ahead and just do the next mission. I was gonna do like a bunch of side missions and play the rest of the cassette tapes, but hoo boy, those go on forever.
Boss, Code Talker's research has been stolen. The research materials have been packed into 2 containers and hidden in the jungle southwest of the mansion. Enemy extraction choppers will be there any minute. You have to find and retrieve those containers before they arrive. That area is being guarded by zero-risk security, and their client is XOF. If the choppers make off with the containers, that research will end up in Cypher's hands. That cannot be allowed to happen. One other thing, boss. We need a cargo-capable Fulton extraction device to recover the containers. Use your iDroid to order its development and have it dropped in.
I do think it's kind of funny they remind you that, hey, you need to have an upgraded Fulton to get this done, when we're at the second half of the video game. We're already there. We already got it all researched. So, first thing we're going to do, actually, before doing the mission proper, we have to head all the way out this way. You may have seen them briefly when we started flying in. Oh my god, look at all those birds. Good fucking lord, that is a lot of birds. And underneath them is quite a few jackals. One of these side missions here is to find a gem that is located in this clusterfuck of animals, which is kind of weird. If I may if I may be a backseat programmer or level designer or whatever, these kind of side missions don't... I don't know. Am I going to be too naggy? Fuck it. There's no reason to go in this direction. This whole area where we're at, outside of using it as a drop zone to head immediately southeast, is pretty much worthless. Everything west of us is... We don't need to do it. We just head southeast here.
Guards, they must know where the containers are. If you can just squeeze it out of them.
So our first stop here is the mansion, which you may remember us finding Code Talker. As an aside too, again, be a backseat video game maker. The whole setup for this mission is kind of weird. Code Talker's research has been stolen. Stolen from us? Did someone come over to Mother Base, grab a whole bunch of vocal parasites, and then decide to come back to Africa where we've already been and, you know, do whatever instead of taking it from Mother Base straight to their place? Yeah, whatever. I mean, this game's reusing missions at this point, so I guess I shouldn't complain when we can do something that's kind of original. So one of the side missions here is we need to extract a commander inside of this base. And oh man, my biggest weakness with this game, just because it happens so rarely, are these enclosed, you know, buildings. Even with D-Dog around, I'm still like hella paranoid because there's so many blind spots where I can accidentally run up to a guy. For example, right here. Yeah, that was a lucky one for me. I almost ran right into that guy. But we need to get some not advice, but intel, so let's go ahead and see what we can get out of him.
I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. The PF soldiers have no idea what's in those containers. Strictly a need-to-know basis.
Oh god damn it. And he's wearing a full suit too, so I can't trank him. Thankfully we got a dog who can help us out here. Unfortunately, that dog is apparently outside of the building and did not come in with us. God damn it, DD. Where are you? And now we got all these guards coming in. And this asshole wants to take shots at D-Dog, and he actually hits D-Dog. You fucker. And now they're over there shooting at D-Dog too. That's the commander right there we just tranked. Yeah, this mission is not going to plan. Everything is going wrong right now.
Boss, looks like they're stepping up security around the targets. Watch yourself.
Now, as an aside, you might think that may have been because we just caused a ruckus, but that alert goes out regardless if we do anything. If we just continued past this mansion, it would still happen. Also, this is another side mission I forgot to mention. We need to get this intel file.
I've sent new information to your iDroid. Take a look.
Well, technically there's 2 intel files that we can use, and this is just one of them.
Get him!
And something I try to do for this mission is using D-Dog to eliminate most of the enemies, because we get an emblem for that. Unfortunately, not only just because I've been running around knocking out guards and tranking them, but I guess since it's not a lethal option, what D-Dog is doing doesn't count. Yeah, nothing's going right. Everyone keeps running this way. But yeah, there we go. And I just wanted to note that we did indeed get a, you know, a little ping for finding the intel file. Also, here's a very obvious cut because I died. My gimmick of trying to use D-Dog to take guys out kinda didn't work out too well for this mission. But yeah, and another pain in the ass. Not only that, but we got these motherfuckers in riot suits, and there's like 8 of them in this mission. All in riot suits, all with LMGs. It seems to be completely independent of what I send D-Dogs out to take care of. So I came woefully unprepared for this mission, as I just got a tranquilizer pistol and the default rifle, which doesn't have great penetration against the armored dudes. Which ironically makes D-Dog my best option against them, because he can actually stun them, you know, at a you know, quote unquote at a range. But I can't trank them because of the fucking armor. But yeah, so I did have to do a checkpoint, and this is something that's going to be very, very annoying here in a minute. But first off, here is the other intel file we could have used to get the side mission stuff handled.
You got an intel file. Unfortunately, there's nothing new in it.
So yes, nothing new in it, and then you notice I didn't get any like mission progress completed after that.
Visibility in the jungle isn't great. Watch out. You could run into the enemy at any time. Feel the roots. The branches become one with the forest. The forest is aware of the enemy's noise. You must be too.
You could run into the enemy at any time if you did not have a dog that gave you wall hacks. Wonder how much easier Metal Gear Solid 3 would have been if we had D-Dog with us. Also, I got these decoys to try and distract the enemy, but I don't use them too well. Oh, you motherfucker, quit shooting my dog! That's another thing too that happened last mission, was all these motherfuckers were shooting D-Dog, and it actually got to a point where D-Dog could not, it was actually kind of heartbreaking, because D-Dog lays down and whimpers after he gets shot a bunch. And how nice of that guy to go and throw a grenade right at his enemy. But yeah, this was kind of my method of trying to get D-Dog to knock guys out for me, just by constantly jumping into them like that. Again, it's kind of funny, you know, this little gimmick of having D-Dog take out everyone. It's just too bad that doing it non-lethally means I don't get the emblem.
The enemy choppers. We'll keep you informed of their ETA. You can't go firing on the XOF choppers. If we attack XOF now, it'll be a declaration of war against Cypher itself. That time will come, but it's not now.
So yeah, that reasoning makes no sense. First off, I want to show off this sick decoy drop I do. 2 with 1. Oh yeah. And one of them is deployed. One of them got deployed. One of them standing next to a deployed one, and his buddy shoots it, so he stuns his buddy, which is pretty great. But yeah, so after 9 minutes elapses, a cutscene happens of the XOF choppers coming in and picking up the containers and leaving. And that's it. Mission failed. You can't do anything about it. Now the reasoning of you can't, you know, shoot the choppers because that'll declare war against XOF. We didn't already do that when Snake and Quiet went onto OKB-0 and fucking slaughtered everyone. Whatever. So another one of the, well, 2 other side missions here is extracting both containers without the enemy realizing they've been extracted, and of course, leaving on one of the containers.
Target extraction confirmed. Time to go.
Now I just want you to pay close attention to the mission task thing. We're back at 3 out of 6 again? 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6. We seem to be missing one. And I was not happy when I had to go through this. Yeah, so it seems when I checkpoint the first time around, it completely nullified my intel thing, but collecting more intel files didn't like give it back to me. So there we go, 6 out of 6.
Yes, mission complete. Boss, that was exceptional.
A rank isn't too bad, but
that right there is why you're the best, boss.
if we just run past the mansion, like we could just get an S rank. I'm kind of in 2 minds about speed being such a big bonus.
Boss, we got Code Talker's research materials back in one piece. The medical team has them under lock and key in the quarantine facility. The materials should help their research into the vocal cord parasites. Cypher won't be getting their hands on them now. Code Talker examined everyone here, and one of us is infected. It's Quiet. It was our cutting-edge MRI that finally revealed it. But we don't know what language strain it is. Get back to base. Time for her to talk. You know the room number. 101.
Talk? Anything? Still living up to her name. How about you drop the act? Who infected you with a parasite?
We can't let her talk. Put it back.
All I want's a name. That won't trigger anything.
Tell me. Tell me! Your lungs have been barbecued. There's traces of rubbing alcohol in your alveoli. This was found adhered to your lungs, intact. A petal. White Star of Bethlehem. The hospital. Skullface sent you to Cyprus to kill Snake. You were burned inside and out. That should have been the end of it. But, all things considered, you look pretty damn healthy to me. We have Skullface to thank for that, right?
I was the only one capable of applying them to parasite therapy. Until he stole them from me.
Why are you here? Did Skullface send you? Or did you have your own score to settle with the boss? Refreshing? Salt water.
No! She'll die!
His life isn't yours to take. Enough.
That's enough.
If she wanted to kill the boss, he'd already be dead. Same goes for us. She's had plenty of chances. She can talk. She's not here to kill anyone. We're wasting your time. It doesn't matter why she's here. She works for you now. She's in love with the legend.
What makes you so sure?
I was the same way once.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy?
For you?
Go on all day.
Boss.
Let her go. She won't speak so she can't spread the infection.
Nabegetten Tisch? Nicht nagetten Tee.
Oh.
Idiki plak anat e.
Oh. Ako kode jizdesni.
Dne bizad.
Belagana gesnita. Kadobe yasteta. Aseitota. Dodoにした。ドドにした。
Well, that was some shit. Quiet is the assassin from all the way back in the prologue.
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid. Boss, some of the kids we've been keeping here have escaped. We don't know why they ran off, but it may have something to do with Ralph's death. The intel team's looking for them as we speak. I'll add information to your side ops list as it comes in. You need to locate and secure those kids.
Good dog.
I'll try to find out what happened.
Okay, first off, we get Code Talker's stuff stolen, and now children run away from this island base thing we got going on? Come on. Who is in charge of security here? Also, hey, yeah, once again, one new actual mission and two rehash missions. That's great. One's also taken out Quiet again. So yeah, I hope you all have readjusted your monocles. We got quite a lot of stuff thrown on us today. Volgin and Quiet being the assassin.
Boss, welcome home.
Boss is just so befuddled and overwhelmed with stuff that he can't even come up with something witty to do to this poor guard. Good night, everybody.